Hi guys, so in this video what I would like to talk about are 5 reasons not to stay in your abusive relationship. So if you're aware, then if you've been following my channel for a while and you've also been on my Facebook pages and my Instagram, you'd know that I'm very passionate about this topic. I've worked for an organisation called Women's Aid where I've counselled women who have either been in domestic violence relationships and they've left, or women who are remaining in those relationships. And it's something that a lot of people have opinions about. A lot of people there's lots of myths flying around, there's lots of misinformation, and I just want to say these are my opinions based on me as a counsellor, but also personally. So the first reason not to remain in an abusive relationship is because you've invested time. Many people will say, well, I've been with this person for 20 years now, we've been married for this amount of time, or I've loved him since I was a teenager, or whatever it is. Being in a relationship that is bad, there is no time limit to that. You should never say, well, because it's been 10 years, I have to remain. The only reason you should be fighting for that relationship is if there's issues and both of you are accepting what the issues are and both of you are fighting for it. There's no point in saying I'll spend another 10 years in this broken relationship being mistreated. So never let time be an issue. The second one, which comes up very commonly, is because you love the person. So in a lot of the forums that I'm involved in, where they're discussing relationships, they will say, I stay because I love him. I'm emotionally connected. Now we all know that it is complicated. It's not as simple as just walking away from someone that you love. But what I want to say to people is you can love someone whilst accepting that they're not the right person for you. You can love someone whilst leaving them. You don't have to switch off. People say this thing, I can't switch off my emotions. No one's asking you to, but you can be quite clear on your boundaries and say that I'm not prepared to be abused or accept being abused for any longer than now. I'm about to leave. I still love the person. I recognise I still love them, but I'm going. And I'll have to deal with working through that love at another time. The third reason is because you feel that there are financial assets that link you with this person. Now, it is complicated if you're sharing a house together, if you have nowhere else to go, if you've got joint bank accounts, if this person controls all of the money, then obviously it's going to be difficult, but it's not impossible. There are organisations out there that can help people with this type of thing. So don't let that be the reason. Don't say, well, because I don't want to leave the house, or because he won't leave the house, or because our finances are joint, or where would I go, or what money do I have. There are organisations that will help you put together safety plans. They will help you plan and progress so that you can do it in a safe way. They will help get solicitors to help you. So don't let that be the reason. There shouldn't actually be any reason at all that you spend more than one day in an abusive relationship. Even one day, it shouldn't even be that for some people. But what I'm trying to say is don't justify and make reasons. The fourth reason is that you hope that they're going to change. You don't have control over another human being. None of us do. We only have control over ourselves. So if you're hoping, wishing, wanting, just staying because you think they're going to change and things are going to get better, that's setting you up for saying that you don't value yourself enough to say, I've accepted enough, this is my boundary, so therefore I'm leaving. It's not about what they're going to do. You have to be strong enough and have enough confidence in your life to say, this is my boundary. If a person has crossed it, that's it. Regardless of how long I've been with them, regardless of whether I love them, regardless of whether they were having a bad day or they were drinking or whatever it is, I value myself enough that I'm not going to be treated like that. So don't let anything hold you back. So, you can hope that they'll change, and you can also wish them well. You can leave a relationship and say, I hope this person gets the help they need, I hope they become a better person, but that's got nothing to do with you. It doesn't mean you have to stay. And the fifth one, I can't remember it now. What was the fifth one? Right, so the first one is because you love the fifth one is to prove someone wrong or to prove something to yourself. Sometimes we enter into relationships that are not accepted by our friends and family. So someone might say, if you get with him, it's going to turn out bad, or it might be someone from a different religion. It might be your family might not accept interracial relationships. So what you might do is when things become bad, to prove to your family and friends that they weren't right, to prove to yourself that you did the right thing, you may stay for that reason. Don't let that be the reason that you stay in an abusive relationship. It's not worth it. It's not about proving to anyone or even proving to yourself. It's about, as I've said, what you deserve. It's about you having a standard where you say, I'm not willing to tolerate this. You know, that's what it comes down to. Sometimes you have to look at this objectively. When we're in a relationship, I've not been in an abusive relationship, but I'll say I've been in relationships where they've not been mistreated in other ways. So they might be letting me down all the time. They might be making promises and not keeping them. They might be trying to do subtle gaslighting, which doesn't work with me because obviously I know what they're doing. And I've stayed because I've just thought I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But now I would never do that. That is not something I would tolerate. So it's just about saying, this is my boundary, this is what I deserve, this is, you know, my standard, and therefore anyone who crosses it, doesn't matter who they are, I'm not going to allow it. So please feel free to leave your comments. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you think of this. Please feel free to share it, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy this video. Take care and see you all again soon. Bye.